Hello and welcome to Tabletop Oddity. My name is Jay and today FFG have blessed us with an article for the Rebel Veterans. Not gonna lie, wasn't really expecting this today, so I'm big caught a bit off guard, but we'll go through the whole thing, talk about them briefly. There's not like a shed ton of stuff here that I really want to talk about or what have you, but we'll just go through because they've given us an article, so we'll do that. And yeah, but at the end of this video, you like the video, press like, and if you've not subscribed to the channel yet and you want to see Star Wars Legion stuff, please do, as that really does help. So we'll go through what they've actually shown us. The unit card we've possibly seen before. I'm not sure what we've seen before and what we've not seen before, but these guys are 48 points. They've got that coordinate emplacement trooper, so when they're issued an order, you can give an order to another emplacement, a unit that is an emplacement trooper. They've got the defend one, which means when they are issued an order, they gain a dodge. So they don't have nimble or what have you, but that's pretty decent. They've got the normal shooty weapon, but in this case, they actually surge to the hit on the offense and surge to a block on the defense, which is what the rebels normally do. Still the white defense dice, but that surge on the hit could be pretty decent. 48 points. They're sort of the more elite version of the rebel troopers. And they come with, well, if you want this weapon, we'll talk about the emplacement trooper thing in a minute, but this is sort of like what people are calling the budget Z6. However, it's not really a budget because it is actually more expensive. It's 4 white dice, and the critical 2 is quite good. It's better than impact, for example. You surge to a crit. Now obviously they're going to surge to hits anyway, but that crit's going to go through like Guardian, Exet and Cover obviously if you do roll those surges, so that in itself, critical 2, pretty damn nice. However, you are paying more points for it. I think it technically is better than a Z6, maybe on like the average dice rolls with the whole unit, if you're including critical 2 obviously, and but the problem with it is combined together they are more expensive, so that in itself might not be the most useful use for them, but it might be something you throw on if you do want an emplacement trooper, which we will now reveal. However, before we do that, we'll look at the models. And yeah, pretty cool here. Nice assortment. There's an alien. People like to kill the aliens first because they're xenophobic. Xenophobic? That seems weird to actually have a specific word. Is that aliens? That's foreigners. Whatever it is. Anyway, don't hate aliens. We love the aliens. So they've got this emplacement trooper which comes with it. So you might notice basically this got this is a better picture. You've got your 4 normal guys, an extra trooper, and then the, what is it called? The CM, we just had it up on the screen, the CM93 trooper. And then the 7th alternative weapon is obviously this emplacement trooper. So you're getting 7 models. It's just that you don't get 2 heavy weapon upgrades. You get 1 heavy weapon upgrade and then the heavy trooper. And then this is what that is. So it's detachment rebel veterans. It basically means you've got to take rebel veterans to take a unit of these. They do take up a core unit slot, which could be important, but it could be a nice way of getting activation. So, you know, make of that as what you will. That weapon in itself, so, well, they've got full pivot, they've got fire support. Now that's the important bit. So when these guys have got an order, they can add their range dice into the attack pool, and then you flip over the right. It basically counts as them having activated, and you only get the one action, and that one action is to combine your shot with somebody else's shot, which is pretty interesting because you could be adding obviously this range 1 to 3 weapon, critical 2. Now I'm imagining something like that with an actual Z6. You could have critical 2 on it, 8 black dice, 6 white dice with critical 2. That is one hell of a punch. That is some significant damage right there if you manage to get that off and in somebody's face. It does come with Sentinel, which is interesting, full pivot and reposition. It's 38 points. Normally your problem is that the movement, it is only move 1. The main weapon is cumbersome, otherwise you're going to get 1 black dice, so you're not going to want to move and shoot because that 1 black dice is like meh. So you're probably just going to double move, I would presume, if you really need to. Yeah, like it's really just that fire support, and I'm fairly sure there's going to be some like better cases maybe than a Z6, but the Z6 just pops into my head because they're so like good. So what you could do is if you've got 2 troopers, you'd give your order to the rebel veterans. They would then give the order to the Mark II medium blaster trooper, and then you give your other order to the Z6, and then, you know, when your Z6 goes, boom, combine everything, massive big shot. And the more dice you get, the better. And that you might be like, well, duh, but what I mean by that is you've got 2 units and they're both going to shoot 2 dice each. Well, if you're shooting into heavy cover, as long as if you don't crit, that's not going to do anything. and the other one's not going to do anything. You combine the two, well, now suddenly you actually get through that cover. So more dice is better in a combined shot is what I mean by that. Hopefully I explained that well enough. If I didn't, just let me know. You can give Overwatch on the Rebel Veterans. That's sort of what it suggests. But I actually think you'll probably just go with what we normally do, which is keep everything light. So what you might do is take one unit of that with the CM 93 Trooper, taken one of these guys, then just fill it out back with 4 Z6 Troopers. That could be pretty sick. If you do, because imagine if you get 2 units of these, well, now you're taking up 4 core slots, and then you're only going to get 2 Z6s in there. You then have to pad out your troopers somewhere else. But these guys, I never actually spoke too much about them. We said the 38 points. They do only have 3 wounds, but they do surge on the offensive and to the blocks on defense. 2 courage, which is pretty interesting. I quite like that. Yeah, they're all right. They're all right. I think it's really that combination of the shot, really letting you pack a punch, could do some significant damage. Now, the gameplay to avoid that would be to try and get out of range, because obviously it's cumbersome and it's only range 3. And it does still need to be able to shoot. It's not like you can shoot all the way across the board. But potential for a wrecking turn if you play a game type where maybe like intercept the transmissions and you can deploy right in the middle, you could essentially guarantee. You're very likely to guarantee you're going to get your really powerful shot off. That could have some big implications on, that really could change that game, just this one 38-point unit. It's interesting, for sure. Hunter and all that kind of stuff's another conversation that we'll have for another day. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to talk about them. There's some interesting stuff there. I'm not sure where they'll sit in the meta. I've sort of given up predicting, because I thought Boss was going to be jank, and then he turned out to be pretty damn good. So I think 1 unit though is maybe what I would settle for. I think just 1 unit with that 1 Emplacement Trooper, then you can, because otherwise I think you run the risk of doing what we do with the E-webs and that kind of stuff, which is just, and the FD cannon, which is just not utilize them enough in a 6-turn game. So 1 is what I'm probably going to buy. If they suddenly become very meta, then maybe 2. However, I'm looking more at 3 Tauntauns, because my wallet hates me. So that was just a quick chat on the Rebel Veterans. Obviously, hopefully they'll do the Tauntauns and then etc., the Imperial versions and the Dewbacks and all that kind of stuff, and we'll talk about them when they appear. So like and subscribe, have a beautiful day, and goodbye.